I am so glad you're here. This is Maisha, and I'd like to welcome you to 7 Minute Sourcing. Seven-Minute Sourcing is a passion project of mine, and I am truly excited to be able to share with you some best practices, tips, and tricks, and lessons learned over my decade plus career in recruiting and sourcing. Just so you know, you can reach me directly at talentgenie@gmail or on Twitter at talentgenie. And be sure to use the hashtag you'll see in today's episode to continue the conversation on social media. Keeping in line with the 7 theme, I'm going to share with you my top 7 must-haves for sourcing and recruiting. These are 7 technical resources that are free, immensely helpful. And did I mention they were free? So obviously I won't be able to deep dive into each of these tools, but I do want to introduce you to the tools in the hopes that you'll be inspired to increase your own productivity and optimize the time you spend sourcing and recruiting each day. We work hard, so we owe it to ourselves to work smart. Here are the 6 categories that these tools fall into. If you have a particular area that's a pain point for you, whether it's time management, organization, or keeping track of notes, I encourage you to start small. So download one app, try it out for 30 days, and once you've determined its value, you can come on back and watch the video again. It's only 7 minutes, and move on to the next tool. Take it slow. You don't have to integrate every tool at once. I certainly didn't. Evernote is a freemium app designed for note-taking, organizing, and archiving. I use it for many things in addition to those things you see before you. I use it to capture ideas, to handle my to-dos, formatting checklists, composing emails, especially when I have a lot of bulleted lists. I use it for meeting notes and really any and everything I don't want to have to remember, especially when I'm full cycle recruiting. I found that my memory and post-it notes all over my desk is not a foolproof system, or fail-proof for that matter. So what makes Evernote phenomenal is its search functionality, period. It really helps you navigate the notes once you've taken them. You don't have to save notes individually. It's way easier to use than Microsoft Word or Google Docs even. Bitly is a URL shortening service. Right now, they're shortening about 600 million links a month, so I'm pretty sure you've already seen this site or used it for yourself. What makes it so phenomenal for recruiters and sourcers is that it keeps those job descriptions really memorable. Any links that you're sending to candidates about the company or pages that you frequently reference in terms of sharing with your peers or building presentations, Bitly just really helps make that link memorable. Great example is recently I signed up for a 2-week trial on Blue Jeans for video conferencing, and the meeting link that I've created for the team now has a really sweet bit.ly that everyone can remember, and we'll be using it for team meetings for the next 2 weeks. So bit.ly is absolutely a really cool resource. Indeed Resume is fast, simple resume search. You don't need to worry about a lot of Boolean. And what makes it so phenomenal for me is that it's easy to use on mobile, which I can't say for LinkedIn Recruiter. Google Timer. Now, I should be using this right now to make sure that I come in under 7 minutes, but it's a simple timer that you can use in your browser, no matter what the browser, preferably Chrome or Firefox. God forbid you're using IE, but it'll work there too. I use it for strategic sourcing. So when I do my 15-minute power sourcing strategy in LinkedIn Recruiter, this gets me in and out. And there's a nice little bing that I can hear in my headphones as I'm sourcing away, listening to Spotify or Songza. And it really keeps me on task. Text Expander is a hub for all of your templates. Now, Text Expander is an app that I was really reluctant to download my first year at Google. They introduced this tool to us, and I slept on it, to be honest, for the first 3 or 4 weeks. I just was not feeling it. But when I realized that I was typing the same subject line 45 times a day, chat with Google, or I was typing the same email over and over and over, I realized I better look more closely into this text expander thing. So you stash what they call snippets instead of templates in your typing bag of tricks, and you can shortcut everything from a single line signature to paragraphs to subject lines. It's really cool. You really got to see it to believe it. And I just may do a 7-minute sourcing solely dedicated to text expander in case this isn't convincing enough for you. So stay tuned for that. Mail tester. I use Mail Tester to verify email addresses. What makes this site so great is that it separates the username from the domain. So it'll let you know if you're off on just the username side or if you're off on the domain side. It works much like verify-email.org works, or Reportive used to work, but I really like it. It's simple, no downloads needed, and if you want to test it out and kind of vet it before you use it, why not try typing in a couple of emails for yourself that you know are working, and then try a couple of emails that are not working. Make up a couple of usernames at your domain name, and you can kind of flex it and test it from there. Finally, Assistant.2. Assistant.2 is a wonderful Chrome extension, and it works well with Google Mail. So if you're using Gmail for corporate email, this is the fantastic resource for you. You basically can book meetings with just one email. There's no more back and forth and rescheduling requests and double bookings. It's a really simple UI. At the click of a button, you can invite someone to check out your calendar availability, and they can place themselves on your calendar. They'll get an automatic system generated email confirmation, and even if they need to reschedule, it's as simple as them just clicking a link. So you really can't go wrong with Assistant.2. As a special thank you for joining me on today's very first episode of 7-Minute Sourcing, I've created a Pinterest board at bit.ly/everydayfaves, where you can easily access all the tools I've mentioned here today. Thank you so much for sharing a sliver of your workday with me. I hope it was 7 minutes well spent. I love a good quote, so I'll leave you with this one. Until next time, ciao.